All right, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. Let's talk about it. We got a special guest, big time game getting ready to pop off tomorrow. LSU USC. We got Big Lendale White. Big Lendale, what's the word?
Nothing, man. I'm out here in Vegas, just waiting to fight the fuck on. That's about it, brother. That's
hey,
it.
hey, look, this 2003 team, 2014, we got to talk about it because a lot of people talk about USC in reference to, that team taking on LSU. LSU is supposed to be the team that was supposed to be on the top at the time. They were supposed to have the top 10, the best defense. What's your thoughts on that, man, when we look at this game and start sizing this thing up? Back then, if we just reflect back then, and then I want to talk about the current game right now.
Well, I mean, if we reflect back then, if you go back into the history books, then you automatically know that. I mean, they can have all those, the top 10 this or whatever it may be, but if you look at our run after that season, we never got sorry. So they went after their first national championship in '03, or when they won that championship. We didn't hear again. We didn't hear again from them until I think Ed Ogeron went around there or something. But like, um, I mean, they had some
Hold on for 1 second. I think Lindell went out on me for a minute. Let's see if he comes back. Let's see if he comes back here. He went out on me, man. Let's see if he comes back. His battery may be low. Let's see if he taps back in. Give me a second. We'll wait for him to come back in. He might have had a bad battery or something, or he got to plug up the phone. Let's see if he comes back in. Oh, there he is. All right,
you
there we
can
go.
you hear me now?
Yeah, I got you.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me? Dang, what happened?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I don't know.
Let me
Hold
try
on for a
something. Hold
second.
on 1 second.
Hold on for 1 second. We're gonna wait till Lindell come back in. He was talking about this game from the 2014. We were talking about it. Give me just a second as he comes back in real quick. All right, Lindell, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. My fault. My fault to y'all. I apologize.
No, he's straight. You straight. You straight. But you can continue on what you were saying.
Oh yeah. Well, if we fast forward into this game for tomorrow night, I just believe that Lincoln Riley has loaded up, with some tremendous offensive talent. The wide receivers are looking great. The reason why I'm excited about Miller Moss is because there's not as much pressure as it was like with Caleb Williams. When we was going in with Caleb Williams, we expected him to damn near do everything right, get us everybody in the right positions, and make these incredible throws to try to win these football games. I also like the fact that Lincoln addressed the defensive side, getting Anthony Lynn to come in from those horrible ass UCLA Bruins. But I'm just having him in, and I can't wait to see how the defense flies around. I know we got some transfers in from Oregon State, the brothers. They balled out over there, so I just can't wait to see what the defense brings us. I know on the offensive side of the ball, we'll be able to play with anybody around the world.
No, I totally agree. What's crazy is I listen to ESPN. It really makes me think that a lot of these guys don't really do their homework because a lot of them, they continue to address Lincoln Riley as the Lincoln Riley of last year when they had Alex Grinch, but they never really talk about Deanton Lynn, Eric Henderson, Matt Inch, Doug Belt, and then some of the guys you alluded to, man. And from a defensive perspective, I mean, you still got other guys like Mississippi State too, DeCarlos Nicholson who came in, Humphreys who came in as well as Nate Clifton that came from Vanderbilt. So you got multiple guys that came in that could contribute to this. And I think, do you think the defense is going to be better than what a lot of people think? I personally think it's going to be better.
Me personally, with just the rebuild overall, with the, like you said, on that defensive roster, as far as the coaching staff is alone, I think that like you said, you got the L.A. Rams defensive tackle coach came in, or the defensive line coach came in. When you just look at the names that's on paper, I feel like just the names alone are going to get more out of these players that we are bringing in at SC. we had a lot of talent at USC, but for some reason, it's like when you talk to them kids when Grinch was there, when you ask them certain things, it's like they were lined up in the wrong position. They were never, like when we played Utah last year, and you think about the tight end and how he was able to get off, and they're not double teaming the tight end. It's like, where was the coaching at? Like who coaches you guys up for some of this stuff? Obviously, it was Grinch, but now when you get these bigger names to come in, you look at it like hopefully these kids will get the coaching from these guys. If you coach them up and you put them in the right position, and you see them not making plays, then it's like, okay, maybe we don't have the athletes. But like when they're not lined up in the right position, and you're not giving them the things to be coached on right, then it's like I can't blame it on them. To me, it's like, hey, that might be coaching.
No, it's 100% coaching, and I totally agree. But you know what's crazy is you had a guy like Mason Cobb, man, who was at Oklahoma State, who balled out. But then
Yeah,
when he comes here and he's under this scheme, I mean, he still played good, but he was totally different from what
yeah.
he was, man. Let me plug Big Keith in. Uh, this this is Big Keith.
Yeah,
Played
what's
on the
up, Keith?
played on the 1985 team and he played against LSU. And hey, Keith, have you met Lendale? Lendale, have you met Keith?
Yeah, I know,
We
Keith, man. What's
spoken
going
once
on?
before a few years back, man. How you doing, cuz?
Uh,
I'm doing pretty good, man. I can't complain about nothing, bro. How you doing?
uh, so
I'm
we
doing
getting
all
ready
right,
for this
man.
game, and, and Keith feels like we're gonna smash him, man. But I really believe that it's really being underestimated. But Lindell, what you think the game plan should be as far as how we should approach it? Should we just run out 14 up, or should we do a control the clock type situation?
Well, if you know anything about Lincoln Riley, it ain't got nothing to do with the clock, man. He gon' when he throws the ball a lot. I think
Yeah.
for us to help Miller Moss take the pressure off of Miller, we got to run the ball, man. You got to find a way to run the ball, and that's just what it is. I mean, when you look around the nation and you look around these teams that are great, and when they need to win, of course, the quarterback is the stud position. We know that right now. But when it's time to seal the deal or get those quarterbacks to feeling comfortable, you got to be able to look back and hand the ball off and know you can give it to a guy that punish the defense and make them at least worry about the run. Because when you're not worried about the run, we all know you can drop 8, and that doesn't help us with our scheme. So I feel like if Lincoln comes out, I would get the run game going early. You got guys like Quentin Joyner. I can't wait to see what he can do, man. That kid last year is a bruising running back. He got some speed. I want to see him get that ball and what he can really do, man. I think that he takes a lot of pressure off of Miller, and then Miller will be comfortable, and he's gonna be able to make every play that we've seen him make last year in that bowl game.
Keith, what you think?
Hey, man, Quentin Joyner reminds me of you, Lindell. One cut and gone. Getting
Yeah.
my way, boom, boom, 2 cuts, gone. You know what I mean? But for me, I think if the pressure is going to come off the offense, if the defensive line upholds there at the end of the deal. You know what I'm saying? If they get pressure from the outside and hold up the middle, LSU is going to have a world of problems, man.
Yeah. Yeah, the defensive line definitely plays a big part in what we can control at USC. And this just isn't for LSU. This is going to be all the way through the Big Ten season because that's where it is. There's nothing but beef on these offensive lines around the Big Ten. So when we're playing these years, I mean, this is going to be a good test to see where we stand up. I like
Absolutely.
what you're saying. Yes, sir.
No
Absolutely.
doubt about it. And you got a guy like Woody Marks who came from Mississippi State who balled out against LSU last year. Man, that guy he leads college football in receptions last year. I think he's kind of an underrated guy that kind of goes under the radar as well. But I think him and Quentin Joyner both those two guys gonna be like a 1-2 punch. They're not gonna be a
Yeah.
Lindale and they're not gonna be a Lindale and a Reggie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they're gonna be a
But
1-2 punch.
I don't mind. Listen, if they is gonna be Lindale and Reggie, go ahead, baby. I can't wait to see it. We
Hey,
need
I
those
wouldn't
moves.
mind. Hey, I wouldn't mind if they were Leroy Holton and Emmanuel Lewis. I mean, what's my boy name? Emmanuel. Well, came out after me.
Oh, yeah. I gotta
Hey,
go
hey,
check.
Keith,
That's my
that was
little
way
brother.
before
And
my
I'm
time,
embarrassed.
man.
I can't call his last name, man.
They might need to be like Marcus Allen and OJ, man. Basically, however we
Yeah.
look at it, man, what I do see
Yeah,
is that there's unbelievable talent in that backfield. And what I'm saying, and like Keith is, if we give those guys an opportunity to take the pressure off Miller, that's exactly what they'll do. Then it opens up Zach out there, Deuce. It opens up Makai, Lemon, and all
Oh
these
my
other
God.
guys because we have
You know
so
what's
many.
scary? Hey, let me cut you out, Linda. You know
Yes,
what's
sir.
scary about Linda, Deuce and
Makai,
Jacoby?
oh Jacoby, oh yeah,
Yeah,
big boys.
the length
Yeah,
and the speed that they have.
Yeah,
Just go deep and let them run underneath it.
yes, sir.
yeah,
That'll
I like
create
that.
problems. That'll
yeah.
create problems. And then when you decide to, you know, put a cap on that, you got Makai and Zachariah
Zach,
underneath
yeah.
in his space. Oh my
Then you
gosh.
got Hudson. You got, we still got. There's so many people that Lincoln has done that's what I'm saying. When you look at our overall roster, as far as offensive ability is concerned, we are literally ranked, or we can be ranked with Georgia, Florida, Clemson, whoever you
Absolutely,
want to put up there. Now, the problem for me,
Hey,
like we've been saying, is that defense, man. That's where my shock value is coming from the defensive side of the ball. If we can stop the run and we can, maintain the front seven, I think we will have a great season ahead of us, for real.
absolutely.
you know,
And
you know
you look at
something?
these teams that's playing today, Penn State, all these other teams that USC is going to be playing against. Man, I just don't see nobody on the schedule that's really as talented. As you alluded to earlier, Lendale, you talking about how the talent was misused and misguided by a guy like Alex Grinch.
Oh my
Man,
God.
I think these guys are going to pull out everything that they need in these guys, man. I really believe that with all my heart.
Me too, man. I believe you. Like I said, we put the thing is though. So I'm a firm believer in giving people their just due or giving credit where it is. What I can say is if this defense goes out there and shits on that money today, I'm not gonna be blaming Alex Grinch no more. It won't be
Hey,
Alex. I cannot say it's Alex Grinch's fault because we do know that. So I tell you what.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. You got these big linemen now, and Downtown Lynn has put these boys in place so that the linebackers could be in the right position to make plays. Our linebackers were out of position and
Yes,
nowhere
sir.
to be found last year.
Yeah, there's too
They were
many good pros.
MIA. Oh my God. I don't know where you got that scheme from, but man, everybody needs a flush for real.
Yeah,
Yeah, but I think that's the difference with the scheme, man. That scheme, this new scheme, the way Deanton Lynn, sometimes he stacked the box, but I think he makes it real favorable for, especially the linebacker play, man. As long as these defensive linemen, man, can plug some of these holes, man, and just allow these other guys to eat, man, I think they're going to be
yeah.
straight.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Because
that's that's where
we got
that's what
some
it
very
was.
good DBs back there, man. I was
Yes,
impressed with them during the spring ball.
right.
I think one of the best secondaries in the country, man. I mean, hands down, when you look, one of them, I say that. I mean, hands down, Kamari Ramsey, Achille
Yeah,
Arnold, both of those guys
Arnold.
are on
Yeah,
PFF like
Keely
high
Arnold.
ranking list right now, and then the cornerbacks as well. Man, it's straight up go time with them.
Keely Arnold's the one. I'm excited to see them Arnold brothers, man. I watched
Oh yeah.
exclusive tape on them at Oregon State, and they always show up on the film. They're ball hogs. They're
Facts.
always around the ball, man. I'm really anxious to see that. That's what I just can't wait to see, man. When you lose somebody like Bullock in the back seven, because he was a stud, man. Losing him,
Oh,
it's gonna be hard to replace him. I've seen some of the guys that's transferred, like Romello Height and some of these other guys. They've been making plays,
You
in
see
some of
how
these other
Romello looked.
schools.
You see how Romello
Yeah,
looked against Florida State.
right, man. Like
That man,
I've seen them.
something's wrong with that pitcher, man.
But you know how it is sometimes. Like a fresh start sometimes can give you, what you needed, man. So it's good to just see those guys even get it. But I know that the guys stayed. The Bears and I just can't wait to see this shit, man. We've been waiting, a half a year to get back to this college football and USC
hey,
football.
I've
Yes,
been
sir.
waiting a little longer, bro. I played them in '84,
Oh,
and
okay.
I got taken out in the first quarter because they were afraid of me, man. They couldn't move the ball. I
Yeah.
caused turnovers and blocked passes, and I had clean blitzes, and this is coming from the mouth of from an LSU player. When I was with the Colts, I had them scared shitless.
Well, that's a good feeling to have feeling over somebody, man. I respect that, Keith.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, man. They did some. And I'll say it. They did something dirty to take me out. And then once I was out, they ran amok.
Back in them '80s, boy, nothing was the stuff that they say was illegal now. was perfectly legal back then. So I can only
Oh
imagine.
yeah, there's footage of me getting my legs taken out in the Florida game that's still on YouTube, Washington game that's still on YouTube, and Notre Dame. Oh my God! I was coaching for a little bit this year, and I was showing these kids the difference between now and then.
Yeah.
These blocks were legal; these blocks are illegal now,
Right.
and you can't say that guys from my era wasn't good because we did a lot more hitting. So don't give
Nah,
me this
listen.
soft serve sermon.
Our era, I'm gonna be honest, after 2010ish, that's when the new era of real life. I mean, it's a little bit before that, but after 2010 is when new era football completely took over. You can't crack
Yeah.
back block. You can't hit nobody over the middle. If you drop your shoulder, even if you hit him with your shoulder and you accidentally hit him with the helmet at the same time, you get ejected. Like I was talking to Megatron not too long ago, and he's like, "Man, when I used to go across the middle, you had to buckle up because you knew somebody was gonna lay you out, and it wasn't a penalty. You know what I mean?
Hey,
So
it, in the words of the great Jack Lambert, why don't we just put dresses on them and just let them
yeah,
run around?
well, you're right about that, man.
Yeah, man, they be tripping with that, man. So,
I,
hey, so Lendale, when you look at it real quick, the
yes, sir.
game, what's gonna be the keys for the game, man, and what type of score prediction? I'm gonna tell you straight up. I know, as crazy as it may sound, I really believe this with all my heart. I'm saying 41-28, and I'm saying that based on the way USC came out. They came out against the number 15 Louisville and just really bought out. That was a
Yeah,
15 defense. They were ranked higher than LSU's defense and Missouri, who happened to be their defensive coordinator this year. So I'm saying 41-28. I stand on that.
I know there's going to be some points scored in this game. I have a betting show that I do. It's called on Steady Picks, man. The Smash and Dash podcast. I told her that we're going to go over for sure, but for us to go over, it's going to have to be like 40 points too, but scored by USC. So yeah, I think it's going to be like 42-30. It's going to be high scoring for sure. I wouldn't see probably like 49-42. Whoever probably has the ball last hopefully wins, but I think it's going to be. I would love to see, like I keep going back to this. I would love to see our defense stop somebody. I wouldn't be mad if we score 45 and it's 17 or something like that. I would
Yeah,
love that.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But as we do know, man, I know it's going to be a new year. It's going to be a new thing implemented. I'm anxious to see. I'd say 44, like you said, 42, like 35 or 33 or something like that.
So you kind of close. You close. What about you, Keith? What you think?
Well, no, I'm not with none of y'all, man. This sharks in the water, man, because we West Coast. 42-16, our defense is going to smother them. I'm going to
It's gonna
shock the
smother.
world today.
Hey,
Hey,
I can't wait to
42
see
to
that.
16.
I hope Keith
Dang.
Bridges is right, y'all. Hey, Trojans, if Keith is right, man, that's what we want. We want Keith to call the games from here on out.
Absolutely. Hey, I do believe it's a situation where USC can go up like 14 points, and it's going to cost, because one thing about Nussmeier, he's a good quarterback, but if you ever looked at him, he telegraphs some things, and he's kind of tailor made for the defense. If they're able to force him to throw the ball and get a couple third down, stop him on the run, I
Yeah.
really believe that we could get some turnovers, man. I'm looking for at least one pick during this game. What you guys think?
I'm looking for it too. I mean, whenever you turn the ball over and you get the ball back to our offense, give us more time to score. And yeah, I see Keith saying two. I'm going with Keith. I want two. I want two
Yeah,
picks. I think, like
yeah,
I said, the Arnold kid, he's gonna make a play for us, man. I truly believe that. And then also, I gotta give a shot to my dude Gentry. Gentry's one of my favorite players. I like
man,
how he plays with his.
absolutely. I
That's
wanted to
the
ask you
key.
guys about him, man. How do you think they
That's
should
the
utilize him?
key.
I think
You
that like
drop
this
him
year,
back in the middle, and
yeah,
it's going to be hard to get over him.
right. See, he
Yeah,
He's
understands
got that length.
that length,
Either
man. You
way,
can't
you
teach
got to
that.
get around. Hey, what did Parliament say? So high you can't get over it, so wide
Yeah,
you can't get around it.
yes, sir.
hey, well,
But
look, let's
Yeah.
talk about it, because the depth chart just came out, and they got Mason Cobb and they got the Arnold brother on there. And I was kind of wondering too, like, are they going to have a certain package where Gentry comes in? Because, they got I think they got a tight end that's like 6'6". I felt like, Gentry would be tailor made for a guy like that. What you guys think?
I'm
I
sure.
think it was perfect for nickel.
Yeah, I think he's gonna have a package for sure. Seeing how much weight he put on this offseason, like you said, he's lanky, got stronger. He made nothing but plays for us all years, and when he was healthy. So I'm anxious to see like what they're gonna put him in. I think you can either rush him at edge and put him on the edge. We can get his hands up. It's like Keith said, there's too much length for him not to be on the field. So I can't wait to see, man. I think he
Absolutely.
I think he makes some plays for us though, for sure on Saturday or tomorrow rather Sunday.
Right.
Absolutely. What you say,
And you
Big Keith?
definitely can't get around him if you're going to do the run because he's got a 7-foot reach, man.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my
Yeah, yeah.
God. We had a guy like that named Keith Browner. He
I
was
ain't, I
6'2".
ain't, I
Yeah,
ain't
he
seen
was
no tall
6'7".
buddy like that. That boy, after meeting him, hanging and seeing how long his hands is and all that, like yeah, Eric he has tremendous upside. I just can't wait to see how they use him this year for sure.
Well,
Absolutely.
if you ever get a chance to meet Keith Browner, he's got the longest hands that I've seen as a Trojan.
Oh yeah. Oh, the longest hands I've ever seen in my life was Javon Curse, the freak man. So
Really.
yeah, your whole hand, he go up all the way to your forearm, damn near shaking your hand.
Oh my gosh. I won't shake hands with him.
Well, man, look, I definitely appreciate you. I know Lendale, you want to enjoy the town a little bit. I know hey man, people telling me there's some LSU fans everywhere. They flood the
Oh no,
city right now.
they traveled heavy this week, man. I know we
Yeah.
only 45 minutes away from here. I mean,
Yeah.
a flight 45 minutes or only 4-hour drive, but you would think that LSU was only 45 minutes. As many people I've seen out here.
Hey, for real.
And,
Hey, I've
and,
seen
and,
all
and,
kinds of
and,
pictures, man. They're just, I mean, in the airport, it's just like LSU people everywhere, man. Hopefully, it'll be kind of balanced out once you get inside that stadium, man. But yeah,
Yes,
I
sir.
definitely appreciate you taking out the time, man. Didn't want to hold you on this Saturday. Said, hey, it's college football going on, man. I was, leading up to this, I'm looking at these games. I'm like, dang, I hope
Yeah.
Lendale will be lost in these games today, man.
Nah, I got you. When I say I got you, I got you. Now though,
Yeah,
now that
yeah.
it's over, you see back here, this Vegas, I got pool parties. I'm about to go hang out and go,
uh-oh.
hang out. So we about to
Hey,
fire up in Vegas.
what what hotel you at? Hey, man, have you ever been to the M Resort?
Yeah, I stayed there a few times with the
I
Raiders.
love that hotel, man.
Yeah, I'm at the win right now though, man. We just trying
Yeah,
to
the
win,
wind
baby.
cool.
We got to
The
win,
wind
baby.
cool.
That's why
Hey,
I'm
but
here.
I love the M, man. The M got the steam room, man. They got the whole pop off in there, man.
Yeah, that's where the Raiders stay, so they got to make
Yeah,
sure
yeah,
that they,
right next to the
they do the
facility.
best.
Yep,
Yes, sir.
yep. But
I
hey, I
appreciate you
appreciate you
having me,
coming in.
man. Thank
Yeah,
you.
I appreciate you coming in, man, and appreciate you coming in, Keith, man. Didn't want to take up too much time. Hey,
Oh,
man,
no,
let's
no,
go
no,
make it
man.
happen tomorrow, man. Any last
Fight.
things you guys want to say before we get up out of here?
No, in the words of the great coach Sarkisian or even Lane Kiffin, fight the fuck on, man.
Real.
Take
Wow,
care.
Hey,
Big Keith,
we're
stay
going to show
blessed,
you
man.
Bayou boys how to play football.
All right, Big Keith, man, much love to you, man. I talk to you
Yeah,
almost
man.
every
Thanks
day,
again,
man.
Jay.
Hey,
Anytime,
fight on,
man.
big dog. Fight on.
Fight on, fight on, fight on.